Welcome out to GoBlackKnights.com. This is Joe Iacono, GoBlackKnights.com publisher or reporter and analyst, along with Army Black Knights firstie, Apache outside linebacker, and very new member of the Las Vegas Raiders, Malkelm Morrison. Malcolm, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, sir. How you doing?
Good. How does that sound, knowing that you're a undrafted free agent with the Las Vegas Raiders?
It's definitely a great opportunity. There's a lot of football players, just in the world, and it's just a great opportunity that many do not get. So you definitely have to make the most of it. I'm just excited to get out there and really, try to showcase myself. The school, just all the talent.
Awesome. And just for our fans at GoBlackKnights.com, as far as your West Point credentials go, what's your academic major and what branch did you choose?
My major is applied psychology, and I got air defense artillery for my branch.
Awesome. I was an air defender myself, so I have that in common. So can you share with the fans how it came together, between you and the Raiders, and kind of how everything went down yesterday, and what that process looked like?
Yes, sir. So they first saw me at one of our home games this year. I didn't realize this until a couple of weeks ago, and then they reached out to me a couple of weeks ago after pro day, just to stay connected. A couple of their scouts reached out to me, and I knew they had interest, but always, just receiving that phone call, nothing could really prepare you for that type of moment, emotionally and mentally. So I was actually going out with some of my friends. We're going to get some food, and they called me. So that was definitely just a crazy feeling, just being with some of my closest friends also. Just hearing that call and everything like that. It's just a real moment. I'm still trying to take it in, but definitely just, excited for the opportunity.
That's great. And just for our perspective, so you get a phone call like that, right? It probably comes from a number you don't know. Maybe, are you familiar with the area codes because maybe the Raiders have been talking to you prior to draft day, or was it a total surprise kind
of? Luckily, it had caller ID, so it said Raiders, but my phone was just on all day. Just whatever number that was calling me, I was going to pick up regardless. So, I just had to be ready. But yeah, I was lucky there was caller ID this time.
Okay. Well, as you probably know, we had an opportunity to speak with your parents earlier this afternoon, which was a really enjoyable interview for me. Great parents, great couple there. So really enjoyed talking to them. In addition to your parents, who obviously had a lot to do to get you to where you are today, anybody else you'd like to give credit to and thank, give a shout out to while we're here? Feel free to take your time, because I'm sure it's a lot of people. So go ahead.
Yeah, goes back when I was living in PA. Some of my Pop Warner coaches for Abington Raiders, my middle school coaches at Norwood Academy. I moved up here, went to high school in New York on my own, and prep coaches. Coach Petrillo really took over the program. Coach Spagnolo really turned around the entire, program, really going in the right direction nowadays. Coach Spags. And then obviously just, the constant support from my teammates from the past 4 years and the coaches. It's been an unbelievable experience that is very different than other college lifestyles. And I've just been really grateful, to experience this with these players. So like Coach Munkin, Coach Woody Kane, Coach Luce recruited me, all those coaches, I really thank them a lot.
Cool. And speaking of Coach Woody, I know you played kind of a super unique position in Coach Woody's 3-4 scheme at Army as the Apache outside linebacker. A lot of us kind of refer to it to a hybrid type position between a D-back and a linebacker. Coach Woody did a great job explaining all the details of that. So where are the Raiders looking at you in their scheme? Have they talked to you about where they see you fitting in, what position?
Definitely defensive back. Nickel, so that similar to that position. But just trying to take it step by day. Day by day, I don't really want to get ahead of myself, but just trying to put in the work, just trying to make the most opportunities, special teams, anything extra I could really do just to help out the entire organization.
Awesome. And so let me ask you this: when you committed to Army back in 2017, out of Iona Prep in New Rochelle, New York, was playing in the NFL even a goal of yours? Was it part of your wildest dreams? I mean, how did, is this something you thought about since you were in high school or entering West Point?
Probably one of the few Division I athletes who would say no, honestly. It wasn't My dream growing up was really just to play high-level football, college football. I always thought the atmosphere and everything, just watching college game day growing up was really exciting. And I got to Army high division of football. You know, Army Navy game is an unbelievable experience. Going to Madison, Wisconsin, all these crazy, games. So this was really where I thought, my journey would take me. But definitely God, had different plans, and I just kept faith just to see what my future holds.
Awesome. And, there's a number of West Point grads now in the NFL, which is really different than any time in recent history. Have you had an opportunity to talk with maybe John Radigan or Cole Christensen or any other guys in the NFL, Elijah Riley, whoever?
Yes, sir. I didn't talk with John yet, but me and John talked a lot, just throughout this whole process. I was definitely very close to him, just his time here. We battled through some of the same stuff together, but John's definitely close. Elijah Riley called me yesterday. He's just somebody who I looked up to, as a freshman. And he was really the playmaker and really someone who had a lot of knowledge of the game, knew the Army defense. And he really, knew his priorities. And that's somebody who I definitely just looked up to. And I really appreciate the call that he gave me. And we have a great relationship.
Awesome. And so, Malcolm, kind of my closing question is, what's the next step in the process for you? When do you report to mini camp? Anything you have to do, from the academy or Department of the Army side, or what's your reporting day for mini camp look like?
Yes, sir. Mini camp reporting day will be May 12th. So about next week, later next week. I think, just making sure all the paperwork is right and policies and stuff on the military side. So I still can, do that service and be that officer later on in my career, whenever that is. So definitely want to keep that to make sure I really get to, do my service.
Awesome. And your parents and I talked about that. Even though we're super excited about this, they definitely are hoping you can make it back for graduation day with your class. So we know that's something you've worked for. Malcolm, thanks a ton for your time. Everybody's going to be rooting for you. Hope everything goes well with the Raiders. Really excited for you. Thank you very much. This has been Joe Iacono with GoBlackKnights.com, along with Army senior outside linebacker Malkelm Morrison, now at the Las Vegas Raiders. That's all for today. Go Army.